Alright. Let's address the elephant in the room right off the bat. I did not buy a ticket with my actual money for this movie. For one particular reason. And their name is Ezra Miller. I used A-list rewards points to see this. Alright. That being said, hi. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raise on Popcorn with Grant, everybody, and tonight we are talking about a movie, the first of two movies. The other one is going to be live. You'll know when you see it. But yeah, we're here to talk about a movie, movies and TVs that we do here, and that movie is The Flash. The Flash is the 13th, I believe, installment in the soon-to-be defunct DCEU. Which will, after this year be turned into the DC Universe. Is it number 13? It is. Alright, it is directed by Andy Muschietti, who previously directed Mama and the It films, Part 1 and Part 2. And now he's back with The Flash. So what is the film about? Well, Barry Allen, aka The Flash, it is set after the events of Justice League. We meet him once more. He's mostly become a bit of the sort of grunt work, super errand boy for Batman, played once again by Ben Affleck. It's not a spoiler, he's in the trailer. But his greatest trauma still stays with him, his father is about to be, essentially, is in jail and about to potentially be repealed for his false accusation of killing his wife and Barry's mother, who is played here by Maribel Verdú, perhaps best known here in this country for her work in Y Tu Mamá También. She was murdered, and so one night while running, getting his aggression out, he finds out that he can run so fast he can travel through time. So he does so, and he soon runs into another version of himself, also played by Ezra Miller, and but soon discovers that his little gallivant through time has wiped out all the metahumans in the universe, seemingly. But there is one superhero that still roams the streets, and that is another version of Batman. Yeah, we're in an alternate timeline. Nothing's right. Eric Stoltz was in Back to the Future instead of Michael J. Fox. That is actually a gag in this. But that Bruce Wayne is not the Bruce Wayne Barry's familiar with. It is Michael Keaton. Yes, and again, this is in the trailer. Together, they need to stop the rise of the seemingly dead, but turns out due to timey-wimey stuff, not so dead General Zod, played once again by Michael Shannon. Could the key be another Kryptonian? Not necessarily Clark Kent, but Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, played by Sasha Calle. Let the time-hopping, timey-wimey, super busting action begin. So, and all the Easter eggs. So here's the thing. The Flash, I'm being as vague as I can be because there's a lot to spoil in this. Now, first and foremost, and I'm not going to say any of them. First and foremost, again, let's address the elephant in the room. Ezra Miller, what they did in their personal lives is unacceptable. It is not. That's why I didn't buy a ticket. There's nothing that is acceptable about it. I feel for them and their mental health on some level, but there's no excuse for that kind of behavior. But what I will say is that they are good in this movie, and the reason their presence is such a bummer is that, for the most part, the Flash isn't just good. The Flash is kind of great, which makes it all the more frustrating that Ezra Miller isn't, because outside of an acting context, because their performance is actually really good too. It's a factor in the movie's goodness. This is a superhero movie. And yes, it's fan service. Fan service, when done well, is good. This is good fan service. There's a lot of really cool Easter eggs, I'm sorry. There's really cool Easter eggs. The action's really well done. I liked all the time hopping stuff, and I also thought it had emotional stakes in the relationship between Barry and his mother. Now, if there's another flaw outside of the Ezra Miller of it all with The Flash that keeps it kind of from getting plussed, essentially, the CGI is not always the best. It's a little wonky. I don't entirely blame Muschietti. I think he's a very good filmmaker. I just think that after all the delays and all the irons in the fire, the special effects kind of got lost in the wayside, and especially there's an early scene right in the early going involving the rescuing of the maternity ward of a hospital with CGI babies and CGI therapy dogs that looks really bad. Like, I'm talking like Renesmee Cullen times a billion level bad. That being said, though, I also think that as the movie goes on, the effects do get moderately better. There are little things here and there. Other than that, though, I kind of loved The Flash, but at the same time, my recommendation kind of comes with the caveat of maybe you shouldn't buy a ticket to it. It's a weird situation, but for what it does well, for what the film is a absolute success. It's one of the best DC films. Too bad about Ezra Miller, though. Also, Keaton, of course, Keaton's great. It's Michael Keaton. He is Batman. God damn it. Anyway, that being said, The Flash, I'm still gonna give it. Bang, you see it. 5 out of 5 stars for The Flash, with the caveat of maybe use rewards points to buy a ticket. But 5 out of 5 stars, not quite fully to the top of the mountain, but, you know, the peak of it. This is one of far and away the best DC movies. But yeah, 5 out of 5 stars for The Flash. Let's close the book on it. Trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. And then we're going live. So trailer in just a little bit. So trailer trash. Hold on. Let me get down there. Trailer trash. The Last Voyage of the Demeter. We've talked about this. Looks very good. Gran Turismo. Talked about it. Looks good, I guess. Although it also looks like a PS5 commercial. The Creator. This is the new film from Gareth Edwards. Looks really good. John David Washington's in it. Looks really, really good. Oppenheimer, talked about it, looks good. We're seeing it in about a month. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, talked about it, looks good. We're also seeing that in about a month. Dune Part 2, talked about it, looks good. And Blue Beetle, talked about it, looks good. Was there shawarma? Yes, during and after the credits. Stick around for it. Alright. That's it for now. Coming up next, we will have a live review of Elemental. That's coming up tomorrow. We will have a review of The Blackening. We will also have a review later tomorrow night, of early review. It's premiering at a festival this week of the second film from the Roberts sisters, A View of the World from Fifth Avenue. We'll have a review of that. Saturday, we'll have reviews of the documentary Stan Lee and the horror thriller Jagged Mind. Also on Sunday, because I started watching it and I'm going to keep watching it throughout the weekend, we might do a Season 6 of Black Mirror review. If I have enough to do a full video, but if you want to know my thoughts on each episode, it's on Serialized and on Letterboxd. And then in the coming weeks, first and foremost, you might be seeing these videos from a slightly different location. I can't make any promises, but I was invited to a red carpet premiere. Yeah. You might see of the Angel Studios film Sound of Freedom, so I might be doing these videos from Utah with some special guests, including Indiana Jones, in the next couple weeks. So, yeah, that's all coming up. And also the best and worst so far stream is coming up with some special guests. So that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Class is missed. I love you 3000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does, but that's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment. Even if it's, hey Grant, I like waffles, it really helps out. If you want to find me also reviews, listen to other fun stuff, you can check me out on letterboxd.com at Raised on Popcorn with Grant. Twitter, I'm at Raised Grant. You can find me on Facebook, Raised on Popcorn with Grant. Instagram, at Raised on Popcorn with Grant. Serialized, I'm all one word, all lowercase, Raised on Popcorn. Check out my podcast, Raised on Popcorn with Grant, the podcast on Spotify and Anchor. Some of you already have, but even if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important, and I want to know down below. What did you think of The Flash? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Did you think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below, let me know. And until we meet again, we're all raised on popcorn. Make math extra better. I'll catch you guys next time. And I'm Batman. See you in a bit. Bye.